Hello everyone, this is Mizme and welcome back to another Fire Emblem character tier list. So, today we're doing Fates, my least favorite game. I really don't like Fates, but some of the characters I do like. Now, it's the same rules as with the Three Houses one is, as for best, usual. Arthur, he's a C. I really don't like Arthur. His gimmick is funny, that oh, look at him, he's got such bad luck. It's kind of funny until you realize that luck, though people say it's not a good stat, it kind of is. His hit rate is awful. Asugi, D. Fucking hate the gimmick character, like the copycat characters in Fates, just they're awful. Azuma, he's an S tier. Because he's probably one of the best healers in the game, if you ask me. Because he can he's defensive and he can heal. It's really good. Now, Azura, this is so unfortunate because unlike the Three Houses characters, I don't have anything interesting to say about any of these guys. Azura, I'm going to put in B. Because you could have done so much more with Azura's character, but, she's okay. In Birthright and Conquest, she basically did nothing. And then, that's right, also, spoiler warning. But no. And, in Birthright and Conquest, she did nothing and then fucking dies. And then in Revelations, she was just the plot on legs at all times. Just, I don't know. You could have done so much more with her character. Now, Benny? I don't know. I like Benny. He's a nice character. Not again, a lot of these characters are really trash, but Benny's a nice character. He's interesting. Baruka is an S tier. I really like Baruka because she's not only a good unit, but I actually like a lot of her supports because, Baruka doesn't really fucking talk. So it's kind of interesting seeing how she interacts with, especially her conversation with Oboro is very interesting. Now, Kale putting her above the other characters solely because I like Cordelia. Solely. I'm biased. Fuck you. Camilla, D tier. Awful. Hate her. Despise her with all my heart. Now, Charlotte is only going to be above Camilla, mainly because her gimmick is that she uses her body basically as a fucking weapon. Camilla has no excuse. Other than maybe she's doing the same thing, but who knows. Dwyer. You're one of the characters I don't remember. I remember you're Jacob's kid. You're going in C because you're kind of just okay. Effie is an A tier. Effie is a great unit, but her personality kind of leaves something to desire. She's hungry and she works out. That's really all Effie is. I like her character, her aesthetic. I really do like that. And I like her as a unit, but her personality is kind of just okay. Elise is a B. I don't care too much for Elise. She's okay. I don't really like many of the royal characters. Only like a couple of them I really like. Now, Flora and Felicia are going to be in A tier. Because as much as I don't use them, I really do like their characters. And plus, I do like the jokes everyone makes about how they're the maids from ReZero, which I still need to watch. It's pretty high up on my anime tier list, but I like them. Now, Forest, or I almost called him Folio because that's what his name is in Japanese, because I looked at a lot of the Japanese names back when this game was still getting leaked. I don't care for him, really. I really don't. Same with Fuga. I just I don't care. Garen is going to be a D. Because Garen is a fucking awful villain. I really, really don't like him. He's just not interesting. And plus, in both rounds, he's the final boss of Birthright and No. Oh no, he's not the final boss of Conquest. That's right, I forgot about it. He turns into Jellyman and then you fight Takumi. But, no, he's just a really shitty villain. He's really bad. Okay, Gunther is also a C. He's cool. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put him in a B because as much as I don't use Gunther, I like him. I like his aesthetic. He's a good character, and the reveal in Revelations was actually pretty interesting. As much as it was stupid, it was really fucking dumb. But I don't know. It just was. I don't know. Hannah is an S tier. Hannah is a very good unit, and I just like her aesthetic, and she's also just a really funny character. You know, make your jokes count. Fucking not meaning your jokes is for the weak. Okay, Hayato, I think is his name. I don't actually remember. I really don't like this character because he's just Rickon from Awakening. That's the thing with a lot of characters from Fates, is that a lot of them copy characters from Three Houses, intentionally or not. Like, a lot of them just copy characters, and Hayato is just fucking really stupid. Because a lot of people really like Rickon, which is, it's understandable. But, like, he's just one of those characters where you just know he was just there because people like him. So, I don't know. Hinata, he's B. Like, it's a shame, really, with Hinata. Because he's set up to be a, like, oh god, Master of Arms, I think, is the class name. But people just make him a samurai because they don't know he's meant to be a Master of Arms. Because he's more bulky, which is what a Master of Arms is good with. And, you know, everyone just makes him samurai. Because that's just, or not samurai, sword master. Just because that's what everyone makes anyone who's a samurai. Hinoka, she's C. I don't fucking like Hinoka. I don't know. I've just never liked her. She's... Hisame, I think that's his name. I'm gonna put him B because pickles are funny. Iago, he's also going in C or D. He's a shitty character. I really don't fucking like him. He's just constantly like, okay, he did the one good thing that a villain should always do, and he makes you want to fucking kill him. Which is one thing I can say good about most of the characters, most of the villains in Fates, is that I really wanted to fucking kill them. So, Ignatius, I think is his name. Is the next character. Again, no strong feelings there. Just putting him in fucking C. Because, you know, why not? Oh, what is your name? Izana, I think is your name. Actually, no, I'm going to put him in D or C. Mainly because he was actually really funny. He's a funny character, and it's actually nice that you got to use him in both Birthright and Conquest. Revelations, they just kind of fucking killed him off. It was really kind of awful. I didn't like what they did with his character in Revelations. Excuse me. My throat is very dry. I'm going to quick break to grab some agua because my mouth is very dry. Don't know why that is. Probably because I've been talking a lot. Jacob, he's an A tier. Like, it's kind of unfortunate that, like, I tend, when I like get certain classes for my characters, I tend to try and stay with, like, their canonical class. I keep trying to say job because of 14, but I try to stay with their canonical job, and it's just kind of a shame that Butler isn't, like, the best class. It's still good, it's just not the best. And so, but Jacob is a banger of a character, and I just like him for his aesthetic. So, oh god, Kanon is your name. Yes, I forgot. Kanon is going in C, just because I'm not a fan of the furries, honestly. The furry characters. The only one I like is Keaton. Kangaroo, you're going in B, because, oh, quite frankly, she's okay. I never really used her. I used her like a couple times and she was useful, but other than that, you get way too many fucking ninjas in this game. Like, really? Like, Kaze makes sense for, like, Conquest, and I guess these two make sense for Birthright. I don't know, it's just too many ninjas. Kana, he's going in C. Because unlike Morgan in Awakening, Kana is not an interesting character. I really, really, really don't like Kana. Because, like, okay, they basically copied Morgan's personality onto Kana and made them more of a child. Which, yes, it's not a bad thing to do that. But here's the thing with Morgan, is that Morgan, he or she, whatever the fuck you want, wanted to aspire to be like Robin. because Robin's a master tactician. So they do that same thing with Kana, and it just doesn't fucking work because Korin he's just a prince or princess. It really doesn't do anything. So yeah, no. I'm also surprised that Korin isn't in this tier list. I'm realizing that now. Well, oh no, they're down at the bottom. I didn't see them. Okay, Kaze is A. Like, I like Kaze. I like how he's playable on every route. And how he basically acts like, oh god, what's it? Korin's fourth retainer, I want to say. Keaton is also an A because he's the only one of the beast characters I actually use just because he's kind of hot. I mean, just look at his fucking hair. It's really good. I'm not a furry, I swear. Kiragi, I'm putting him in D because as much as I like Takumi, Kiragi's just kind of bad. Like, he's not an interesting character. Now, Laszlo, he's an S tier because I fucking love Inigo. Inigo's one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise, other than, like, Sedgar. And honestly, his glow up in this game, just... Mwah! Plus, he's also a good unit. Also, I like his supports. Leo, if I could actually drag. Leo is an A. I like Leo. I like the memes where he gets bullied, or memes about the tomatoes, or whatever the fuck. Excuse me. No, he is an interesting character. Midori? She's an S. I love Midori. She's precious. The fact that you can marry her is kind of creepy, but, you know, whatever the fuck, you know. Makoto is a B. I don't know how to feel about her, genuinely. Like, oh god, they didn't do anything with her character in Birthright or Conquest, but Revelations, they gave her some more character, and even then it was a little lackluster, to say the least. Oh god, your name. I don't actually know your name. Because it's something fucking Japanese. I don't, you know what? B. Because I genuinely forgot your name. Mozu. The second coming of Donald, except not really. Mozu I'm putting in C. Because Mozu kind of didn't live up to the hype that she was generating. She was a... You know, I know. Hype for Mozu? What is this fucking nonsense you speak of? Well, listen here. Back when the game was first coming out, this was coming off of the heels of Awakening, where Donald was one of the most broken characters in the game, just because of aptitude. And then they fucking butt-fucked it and nerfed it. So it's like, she's kind of a bit of a letdown, and plus her stage fucking sucks. I really hate her stage. Niles, also C. This is one thing that I hate. The gay options in this game. Like, okay, Fate's very, you know, interesting that they added gay marriage into the game. Not up here to get political, but it was a good move. It was a good move. But the choices they added were terrible. There were only 2 gay options, one for each gender. And you had Niles and Rajet were the only options. So you either had Nihilist or a creepy stalker. So I don't like Niles mainly because he's the only gay option in the game if you're a guy. I don't know. Not Awaken. Three Houses did so much better with the gay marriage. Three Houses is basically just Fate's plus, if you ask me. Nina, on the other hand, I actually really like her. She is an S tier because I actually use her a whole hell of a lot. She's a very useful unit. Nyx, putting her in a C because she's an awful unit. She's really fucking bad. Especially in Revelations where she shows up with stats lower than 10, I think. In a stage where... Oh god, I'm actually on that stage right now, and all my characters have stats in the 30s, actually. So, why the fuck? Why add her there? Why not add her to one of the early stages? I don't know. I think it's because you get a buttload of characters in the beginning. Boro, S tier. S tier. Oboro is a very good character. I love Oboro. She's one of my go-to units on every route other than Conquest, because you can't use her on Conquest, unfortunately. Odin, this clown, is getting an A tier solely due to the fact that I really... Okay, I talked about how I hate the copycat characters, but the only other characters I don't hate are the actual children characters from Awakening, like Odin, Laszlo, and Selena. Because it's actually nice fan service, if you ask me. Because it's like, it's not... There's still actual characters within the story and the lore, while not being too, like, you know... Like, okay, like, a good example is that the copycat characters are literally just, faced versions of Gaius, Cordelia, and Tharja, with their names literally being some kind of fucking weird jumble of the letters from their respective character's name. It's really dumb. Ophelia, though, is an S tier, just because she's fucking wacko and I love her. She, you know, she reminds me of my ship with fucking... Because in Awakening, I shipped Odin and Noir, because those two are fucking nut jobs and they belong together. Don't at me. So she just makes me feel like my ship was true. Except, not at all. But, Orochi, really don't like her. I never have ever used Orochi on a playthrough. I think the only run I actually used her on was when I did Birthright, except... No, I did a run of Revelations where I only used characters that I didn't use. And one thing I found out about that route is I really like Saizo. Percy's also going to be C. I don't like the children characters in Fates. They're really bad. They're really fucking bad. Only redeeming qualities, he's voiced by Pitt, so... Perry is getting an A tier because despite what people say, I really like Perry. She's a nice character. She's a very good Great Knight, if you ask me. She's very tanky, very good, and honestly, I like how she looks. She looks interesting. She looks like a goth Lisa, which is, I think, a meme that's already been made before. Reyna, I think is her name. Putting her in C too because she's just kind of bad. Rajet, D tier for sure. She's fucking stupid that she's the only other gay option in the game for females, when you have someone like Miss Soleil here, who is literally a gay character you can't romance as a female. So, or it's Soleil, I think. I don't fucking know. It's fucking French. Rinka is a C, just because she's, I don't know, she's kind of bad. And axe users in this game kind of get the short hand of the stick. If you ask me, the only axe users that are good are heroes. So, Ryoma is going to be an S tier. Because I very much like Ryoma. First off, he's just a good character. Especially, my favorite version of Ryoma is actually the Conquest version. Because he's very understanding of the whole situation. And the final cutscene he's in is just fucking heartbreaking. And so, and plus he's literally one of the best characters in the whole fucking franchise when it comes to combat wise. So he's definitely an S tier now. Saizo is also an S tier. Saizo is one of those characters that I never actually used on all three of my routes of Fates, but I found out that Saizo was really good when I did that route where I've used characters I didn't use, and I found out he was really good. He was really freaking good. Sakura, she's going to be, like, I don't really, I have very neutral feelings about her. You know, she's alright. Scarlet, I'm putting her in C. I like Scarlet as a character. I just wish she was playable in Revelations. Like, it's kind of a shame that you couldn't play Scarlet in Revelation. It helped the plot, but at the same time, it's like, it sucks. I wish you could have played her, because I don't play Birthright or Conquest. I only play Revelations just because I'm a bitch and I don't like killing the characters, so I kind of wish she was playable in Revelations, but, you know, whatever. Selena, putting her in A tier, mainly because I still hate Severa, but it's made up for the fact that, again, it's good fan service for Awakening, Kind of like what Echoes did, where at the very end of the game it had a Awakening reference, which was very well done, if you ask me. Selkie, putting her B. I don't use the Beastkin. I really don't. So I don't. She's not as bad as the other two. She's not as. I don't like Keaton. I really don't. Now, Setsuna or Setsuna. Yeah, that's her name. The only reason I can remember her name is because fucking anime, where the main character's name is Setsuna. Uh, she's okay. Like, I don't really like her that much. Shigure, I think that's his name. He's also a C. Like, he's kind of just, yeah, he's okay. Shiro, I think is this character's name. I'm gonna put him in an A because he's actually a decent unit. I do kind of wish he got his own. That's the kind of thing with the, with the, with the children characters for the royals. They're always gonna get overshadowed by their fathers just because of their legendary weapons that they can't get. So, Shura is really good on the route that you can get him in. You can get him in every route, and he's a very good archer. I think he starts with a killer bow in most routes, so it's a very good unit. Siegfried, I'm gonna put him in B just because I don't really care about Siegfried much. Silas, I'm actually gonna put in A. I actually really like Silas. I married him on my first route of the game, which was Birthright, and he was a good character. I like him. He might be kind of a boring character, but I like boring characters sometimes. Soleil or Soleil, however the fuck you say it. Fuck French people. She's an S tier. She's literally one of the most broken characters in the game, other than like Ryoma. I have this one video on my personal YouTube channel, not this one, a different one, where oh boy, she got a 100% crit rate with a great club. She's very good. I usually marry Inigo, or I marry Laszlo on most routes, so she's usually very good and can become a Nor Princess, I think is the fucking class name. I don't know, it's fucking stupid. Sophie or Sophia, I can't remember which one it is. She's an A tier because honestly, I like her. She's a good unit. Her personal ability is fucking retarded. I really don't like her personal ability because what is it? It declothes people. I get it. It's funny. It's quirky because Fate is an anime basically, but it's a really stupid personal skill. It has no fucking practical use if you ask me. I know there's probably some hidden stat I'm forgetting about, but whatever. She's a good unit though. I do end up using. I usually replace Silas with her, which is fucking ironic. Tsubaki, you see, I don't like him. I really don't. He's kind of just kind of bad. Takumi is a S tier because he's probably my favorite archer out of any character in the series. I don't know. I like him in Revelations where he actually, it's not like, oh god, in Birthright. Yes, that's the one. In Birthright, they kind of did Takumi a little dirty, but in Revelations, I think they did him very well, where he started off not trusting you at all, but he ends up actually, helping you out really early on, which was nice, honestly, because Takumi, it's kind of funny because Takumi is one of the most untrusting characters in the entire game. So, Valoria, she's a C. I don't like her. She's okay. Xander's also like a B. Like, not. He's okay. You're a D because you just. Corrin. Corrin is a D. Corrin sucks. I fucking hate Corrin. She's the worst fucking avatar in the entire franchise. Especially if you play a male like I do. I've only played female Corrin on Fates now because female Corrin has the best options when it comes to designing their character. And the thing I hate most is that Fates made Corrin the absolute apex of the world in this game. Like, it's just fucking god, basically. And it really pisses me off because Corrin is not in lore an interesting character. Like, oh, look, they can turn into a dragon, woo. I don't know, I could go on forever about how much I hate Corrin, but we gotta finish this. And then Lilith is a C because I don't really like Lilith that much. Alright, that's my Fates tier list. You probably know what my team looks like now. So, other than that, I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.